Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Saturday and it's 12 noon and it's time for another episode of From the Desk of Dr. Ron. And I'm so glad you guys stopped in to hear what I had to say on today. I think you all can relate once we get into it. The first thing I like to do is give a shout out to my mentor, Dr. Hunt. Dr. Hunt and I have been traveling in life together for 30 plus years. And out of those 30 plus years, he has been a blessing to both me and my family, as well as I have been a blessing to him. And one of the reasons why I talk about my mentor as much as I do is because I want you guys to understand the value of having a mentor and want to get a mentor in your life, someone that you can count on, that can be there to help guide you, lead you to a place where you can be totally blessed by the relationship. So I talk about it every time I go live because I want you to get the message. Get the message. Get a mentor. Then I want you to get a show so you can shout your mentor out, okay? Just like I do. So as you can see, I have something that's been coming across my desk on this week repeatedly over and over and over again, all week long. And you know, when something that hits my desk, I know that I like to talk about it because I know it's something that can be a blessing to other people to talk about. This just happens to be Romans 14 and 16. This is the verse where it says, "Let not your good be evil spoken of." And I think about, I don't know what you think about, but what I think about is some of the people that have been trying very hard to be a blessing and to try to do things in a positive way. Case in point, the new mayor of the city of Chicago. He inherited a whole lot of situations and circumstances that he has to deal with. And on this weekend, they've got a test of his ability to be able to control an environment where guests can come to the city of Chicago, the downtown area, and enjoy a NASCAR race. That was something that the previous mayor had set up, and now it's time for it to happen. For the next couple of days, it's going to be a test to see how well they can get the young people to behave in an environment where we have guests coming to the city to see what's going on. So I wish him all the best with that. But I know that he's trying very hard to find out what the needs of these young people are so they can help them with the need that their needs, their desire for attention, to give them something that can be positive in their life instead of, a disruptive, nature, which is what a lot of the young people are trying to do, just be disruptive. I also, speaking about the mayor of Chicago, I know that he inherited the situation with the people coming into this country and to, being dropped off on the doorstep, and they're using city funds in order to try and house these people. They're putting them in city buildings. They've been putting them in police stations, colleges, and many places that the city owns to try and make arrangements for these people to become part of the city of Chicago. We're overwhelmed. They've taken millions and millions of dollars out the city budget to do that. And then many people that were here already that had needs, homeless people, people that were suffering, elderly people in the city of Chicago, they're suffering and they're crying out, well, what about us? Just don't spend millions of dollars on these immigrants or these people that are coming to our city and don't do nothing for us. And that's a legitimate, concern and a cry. But one is an emergency situation and the other one is just a sense of urgency. So now you see where I'm going with this. Don't let not your good. So he's trying to do good, but people are speaking down against him as if he were evil. And I have seen many organizations attack him violently, verbally, because they don't feel like, he has a right to do this. Well, they're not mentioning the fact that the governor of Texas has weaponized all of those immigrants and have sent them to cities that have Democratic leadership. He's not sending them to cities with Republican leadership. So the fact that they're being weaponized, put on a bus, airplane, some folks were put on planes by the presidential candidate, DeSantis, that's running for Republican seat for president, put on a plane at his expense and sent to places where he just wanted to get into it, just so he can show the fact that, yeah, I can be stupid too. Yeah, I said it, stupid. Because people were not prepared. People were not sent money for resources. If you can spend money on an airplane to ship people someplace, you could have sent that money with the people as a resource. And if it's not meant to be weaponized, why they're not sending them to Republican cities? If you feel so like you want to share the wealth, send them to Republican cities where they can reach into their pockets and try to help some of these people that have arrived in this country looking for help. The Republican Party has weaponized their party to attack anything that Democrats say and do. So Democrats generally, as a rule, care about the people and the needs of the people. And the Republicans have been doing nothing but following their bitter leadership, which is Donald Trump. That's the bitter leadership. And anything he says they do. Adam Schiff did not do anything. He was operating as an agent of good, and he was censured as a weapon by the Republican Party. Says, nah, Donald Trump said, we gonna get you, we got you. And that's exactly what they did. So it's a lot of good in people. There's a lot of people attempting to do good, but yet those that don't understand the good have turned people's words, they have turned people's actions into evil. And I don't think that anybody intentionally, maybe Donald Trump, would want evil to prevail, because mostly everything that he does is of an evil nature, and even that is prevailing at the moment. But good is what human beings have as part of their nature. We have good in us, and the desire to do good is always put out before any manner of evil. I have several people that have been under my counsel, and I try to give them wise counsel. But yet some people would look at it and say, oh no, he has an ulterior motive, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, okay, if you feel that way about what I'm doing and what I'm saying, then it's easy for me to not do anything to be of benefit to you. You call me. So if you don't understand the nature and the source in which it comes from, then I sleep good at night, But those that don't appreciate and don't understand, God bless them. They attack, and they attack from a position of evil. So I'm saying all this to say that people take 2 steps back, look at what folks are doing and what their intentions are, and let's try and move forward with not slander, not evil intent, but what can we do to help? How's that? Let's not create a lynch mob to attack and destroy people. Let's create a movement of goodness. Let's try and create a movement where we find out what the root problems are and try and deal with them. Just like when the immigrants arrived in Chicago, they found out what their needs were. You need medical attention, you need housing. They provided that. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, they came from another country. Yes, they were shipped here from Texas. Yes, they were weaponized by the governor of Texas. But let's not keep that on the forefront. What can we do to turn these people into people of the citizens of Chicago and the surrounding areas that we'll be glad to have? Let's try that. Let's get your mind in the right direction. I know it's July 4th weekend, and independence is supposed to be the theme of July 4th. July 4th represents the independence from Great Britain, who was the ruler of this territory. And now we have our independence, allegedly. I say allegedly because there's still people of color, black folks, African Americans that are still struggling to get independence financially. Just on yesterday, the Supreme Court said that we're not in favor of black people having any type of considerations, and they're on their own. Well, America owes a debt to the people and the ancestors of the people that helped build this country free of charge, slavery. And if you don't feel like you owe affirmative action anything, then there's something wrong with that ideology. Yes, you owe black people, and it's a debt that needs to be paid. I was talking to somebody recently, and I said, if they were to stop collecting taxes from black people and give every black person that's still alive in America a free education, that would be a start in the right direction to trying to pay the debt that's owed to black people and their ancestors. So let's not continue on today. I know people are out there enjoying the holidays. Be safe. Be careful out there. There's a lot of things going on, and choose wisely where you go. Please be careful. I just can't say it enough. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I just want you to continue to be safe and be a blessing. Don't stop. Continue to be a blessing. Let not your good be evil spoken of. And think about those words. Allow those words to resonate, and before you attack somebody's good, before you speak evil words on it, think about the heart of a man who did those things. Where's his heart? What's his intention? What does he have to gain other than just being a person who has a kind heart and wants to do something positive for people? Okay? That's enough for today. You all please be careful. Once again, I want to invite you guys to go to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you to first notice that you can watch the show live right there on the website. Click that button. Every time we go live, you can see the live broadcast right there on the website. And then I also want you to check out each and every one of my advertisers. Without them, it would be impossible for me to do what I do here. So I thank them, and please support them. All right. I want you guys to join me each and every Wednesday right here on the network, Street News Now, at noon Central Standard Time, so that you can see what's going on that network, news, commentary, and brief updates. Also, join me back here again each and every Saturday at 12 noon from the desk of Dr. Ron, where I tell you what's on my mind. You ain't got to try and figure it out. I'm going to tell you what's on my mind. All right, and I want to thank every person that have made contributions to the broadcast, who have made donations. Thank you so very much. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Join me tomorrow. I'll have a Black History moment, and we'll be talking about what goes on 365 days in Black history all year round. We don't never stop talking about it. So join me tomorrow and enjoy the Black History moment. So I look forward to seeing you guys on tomorrow. Be safe, be careful, and I look forward to seeing you soon.